Get out of the way. The dogs love the bike. Oh, g'day there guys, Mr. Oz Adventure here, coming at you from the Gold Coast hinterland today, where I'm riding with a mate that I have been friends with for many years. We've never ridden together, ever. So he's just bought himself a Harley V-Rod, and when I got my bike, I got back into riding back in 2011 after an 11-year break. He just sold his bike. He had a BMW K1300, I think it was. So we've never ridden together. Always talk about it and stuff, and it's just never happened. We've done lots of other things together, been away many weekends camping, music festivals, mountain biking. You would have seen him in my mountain biking videos a few times. But yeah, first time on the motorbikes together. And we're just heading down through the Nimbin Valley out the back of the Gold Coast, and we're going to pop out of New South Wales and head down to Nimbin. We might even meet up with Captain Cranky, see how things pan out. So we're just riding through the spectacular Nimbin Valley now. It's only 60 kilometres through here, and the cops like to remind you about that by sitting out here all the time. It's a pretty good revenue raiser for them. But on the other hand, motorcyclists do die on this road, so it's so spectacular out here. Absolutely love this valley. I spent a lot of time up in the hills up there too. You've got Lamington National Park straight ahead of me and to the right, and Springbrook National Park up on the hill up there to the left. It does sound quite nice, that V-Rod. I don't mind the sound of that at all. A few bikes at the cafe today. Harley heaven there. Too many head nods. Getting a sore head. My neck. Good. I was hoping this slow car would be going in there to the national park. That's a lovely spot there. Natural arch, part of Springbrook National Park. There's a lovely waterfall going through a hole in the top of a cave. The water pours through the hole and into the pool in the cave below. It's quite stunning. I'll have to take you there one day. Oh, look at that scenery. It's another glorious day out there. KTM. Hey, the traffic lights have gone finally. After years of having traffic lights here. It's been single lane due to a landslide for years. Right there. New guardrail, new piece of road. So a few months back when I did the Border Rangers Road with Captain Cranky and Mr. Cods, that was up on the hills up there. That is the Border Rangers National Park up there, and we were somewhere up there looking over all this. Look at that, Mount Warning, glorious. I've got to get up there too to Mount Warning in front of us and climb that for you, show you the views up there. That's absolutely spectacular. It's a kilometre high, 1,000 metres above sea level, and Mount Warning is also the first place in Australia to see the sunshine in the morning. So being so close to the most easterly point of Australia, which is Cape Byron at Byron Bay, Mount Warning being so high above sea level, it is the first place in Australia, on mainland Australia anyway, to see the sun each day. There we are, Mount Warning from a different view now. You can walk all the way to that pointed rock right at the top. It's a bit of a chain, there's a bit of a rope or a chain, something to help you to pull yourself up with to get right to the top. It's fairly steep right at the top, as you can imagine. Nimbin, 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 Nimbin. Alrighty. Just had a bit of a bite to eat in Nimbin, met up with Captain Cranky, and we're going off to have a look at some rocks. Yes, you heard me, rocks. Sounds boring, but maybe it'll be a little bit interesting. First things first, we'll just cruise through Nimbin here, and it's a bit of a hippie town, a bit of an alternative town where you come, and if you make it out of town without getting asked for drugs, then it's some sort of a miracle. Happy High Herbs. So they've got the hemp embassy here. They used to have a museum dedicated to marijuana and everything like that, and all things alternative. They have a Mardi Gras festival here every year, which is devoted to cannabis and hemp use. It's a little bit touristy these days. It used to be very alternative and very sort of rough, and you sort of didn't really want to come here. It's a lot more friendly, family friendly these days, and very touristy. The people will still come up to you and ask you if you want to buy drugs, but they do it in a very discreet manner. Only if you look like you come from out of town. They never try and sell drugs to locals. And you can tell out of town people because they don't look like alternative hippie types. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I've got a lot of friends who are quite alternative, and I've certainly dressed that way in the past a little bit myself and look like a bit of a hippie. I can do a hippie look quite well when I'm not on the bike and looking like a badass motorcyclist. Oh, I see it rock. Wow. Now that is some rocks. Look at that. Holy dolly. I've been to Nimbin so many times, but I've never actually been out this side of town. Someone needs to pull down that power line. That'd be an awesome shot without that in the way. Alrighty, so there you go. We have had a look at those fancy big rocks. They're called the Nimbin rocks, I think. Don't know if that's the official term, but that's what we're calling them. And now we're heading back to the Gold Coast via some more twisting, winding roads. Just for something different. I've got my boot cam on my backpack, pointing backwards. So if that footage looks alright, then you will see that in this video. If it looks crap, then you won't. Wow, look at that. That's pretty stunning. That was a rough bit of road. Poor old Marty behind me, he's got fairly stiff suspension on the Harley, and some of the bumpy roads are not that comfortable. I've actually never been down this road before, but I quite like it. It's very scenic. Very, very scenic. A little bit bumpy in spots, but overall fairly good condition. And this is where we say goodbye to Captain Cranky. Bye bye, Cranky. Good to catch up with Captain Cranky once more. Always an adventure. But the adventure continues all the way back to the Gold Coast. Just cast your peepers upon this scenery just about now. Have a look out there. Bloody beautiful stuff. Welcome to the Gold Coast. We're back in Queensland again.